Hey, what's going on, guys? So in this video, I'm going to be going over how to get toned just working out 3 days a week using medical medium protocols. This is going to be the full routine that you can utilize either at home or if you actually go to a gym at the same time. So the reason why I wanted to put together this video is because I just want to make sure that if you are a woman that is following medical medium protocols and you are struggling to lose weight and you just don't know what to do when it comes to your workouts, I wanted to put together an entire 3 days a week workout protocol that you can do in order for you to make that happen with also making sure you're not burning out your adrenals and you're really working out the areas of your body that you want to work out so that way you can look the way that you want to look and feel the way that you want to feel, okay? But remember, this is only going to work if you actually stick to it for a set duration of time and you actually implement everything I'm going to say within this video. Otherwise, nothing's going to change. Like, in order for you to change, things must change, and so you must take action, okay? And like when it comes to this workout routine as well, I will say this. It is general just because I don't necessarily know your specific goals. I don't know how you want to look. I don't know how much weight you actually want to lose. I don't know what areas of your body you actually want to get toned. But this workout, if you do follow it for a set duration of time and you're consistent enough, you're going to pretty much tone almost your entire body by working out 3 days a week if you already are following a good set protocol when it comes to your nutrition with medical medium protocols, okay? If you want something that is more detailed though, that's custom to you when it comes to your healing, excuse me, when it custom to how you want it specifically look, how you want to feel, and also custom to how much weight you actually want to lose. I mean, that's what my wife and I do. We specialize in helping people lose weight, specifically women lose weight using medical medium protocols while also making sure you heal at the same time. So this is for an example, and these are just some of the women that we've worked with. So Letty, she lost 30 pounds in just 16 weeks at age 52. She lost a lot of the bloating and a lot of the belly fat working with us, my wife and I. Same thing with Sarah. She lost 43 pounds in just 26 weeks. Rachel lost 33 pounds in 16 weeks. And Sam lost 7 pounds in just 8 weeks. So there's many more of these I could show. Just I didn't want it to take up the entire video. But again, when it comes to this, yes, this plan can work. But if you want something that's more specific to you and your specific goals, because everyone is different. Like, you should not be following template plans. You shouldn't be doing like high intensity interval training, cardio, all of those things. Only doing Pilates, only doing yoga. Like, you need to be doing that something specific to you and your specific goals and the current lifestyle that you live in order for you to get to where you want to be. Okay. But if you want something to start off with, this is something that you can. And again, if you want something that's more custom and more fine-tuned with what you specifically want, don't hesitate to reach out to my wife and I at the.monson.family, so the Monson family on Instagram, and we would be more than happy to have a conversation with you to see if you'd be a good fit for our program. All right. But other than that, let's dive right into this so that way you can get the 3 workouts that you can do per week in order for you to lose the weight you want to lose and build the muscle you want to build using medical medium protocols. Okay. So how to use this program. All right. So this is going to be 3 days a week. It's full body each day. We want to make sure that we are actually getting enough stimulus within your body in order for you to produce muscular growth. Okay. 3 days a week is definitely sufficient enough in order for you to make that happen for you. Rest at least one day in between workouts. I do recommend doing like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Move with the control, breathe through your nose, stop each set feeling like you could do 2 to 3 more reps left in you. So for example, let's say you are doing 3 sets of 10 for dumbbell bench press. Okay. 10 is the target rep. You need to get to the 10th rep. But by the time you get to the 10th rep, you should feel like you could do 2 to 3 more reps. That's where you want to be. That's like the sweet spot, okay? If energy is low, shorten the workout because consistency is definitely something that I want you to focus more on versus the intensity. Don't have this all or in mentality when it comes to you wanting to get to where you want to go. Being consistent over a set duration of time will always beat perfection. I promise you that, okay? All right, so let's dive right in. So day number 1, this is going to be the gym version. Then I'll talk about the at-home version. So day number 1 is going to be lower body and core, okay? So the gym version looks like this. You're going to do a goblet squat. So you're going to be holding a dumbbell like this just under your chin, okay? And then as you go down, really squeeze your core and then put most of your weight in your heels while keeping your feet flat and pressing through the ground like you're trying to jump, but you're not jumping at all. So you just drive through the ground and make sure that you're pressing with your heels. 3 sets of 10 to 12. The seated leg curl, really, this one, really make sure that you are keeping your butt flat against the chair, the one that you're sitting in. And as you do the leg curl, dig your heels back to your butt. And then once you get to your butt, hold it there for a second and then slowly return back to the top, okay? 2 to 3 seconds on the return. This is gonna increase more muscle tension, so that way you get more activation in your muscle to let it grow, okay? So your hamstring, the back of your thighs. Walking lunges. Preferably, I want you to do this either body weight or with dumbbells. And with this one, press with your midfoot as you drive forward. So you're gonna lunge forward, press with your midfoot. Let's say this is like my big toe right here. Your midfoot's gonna be like right here, press there, and your knee shouldn't necessarily go past your toe, but it should be right on top, and you press right there. And then as you drive up, you're gonna feel it more in your glutes and also the front of your leg and your quadricep muscles, okay? So 16 total reps, that's gonna be 8 each leg, okay? The next one is gonna be cable glute kickbacks, okay? This is one that you can definitely do as long as you have the attachments. If you don't have the attachments, what you can do is rather than doing, you can do a one-legged leg press in replacement of this one. But cable glute kickbacks, the main thing you really just want to make sure that you're focusing on is when you kick back, you're focusing on not necessarily pushing so hard with your foot. It's more so activating your glutes. So your right butt cheek or your left butt cheek, no matter whatever leg you're using first, squeezing your butt cheek as you kick and then slowly returning, okay? You're not trying to kick back and forth super fast. It's kick, slowly return, kick, slowly return, okay? Same thing with like a one-legged leg press. You're sitting down, you press forward. Same thing with this one, press with your midfoot or even your heel to get more glute activation. And as you do that, you wanna, if you're doing the leg press, bring it like to your chest and then press forward, slowly return down, 1, 2, 3, press forward, okay? Standing calf raises, these are pretty self-explanatory. The biggest thing here, you just wanna make sure that your legs are fully extended. And when you are pressing up, hold it for a second at the top, 3 seconds on the way down, 3 to 5 seconds. 5 seconds is really gonna burn, but that's fine. And you wanna go below just hitting parallel. You try to get your heels to go even further down and then hold that for a second, then power back up. So every time you flex your muscle, that's essentially, you want it to be at a quicker rate versus when you are returning back to the starting position, that's slower. So that way you get more muscle stimulation, okay? And then the last one's gonna be a dead bug. So as you're laying down, your knees basically, so let's say for example, right here, this is my thigh. Yeah, my thigh, and this is where my kneecap is right here, bent. So my legs are like this. So thigh, shin, foot, like that, okay? And then as my legs are like that, I'm laying on the ground, my back is nice and flat, my arms are gonna be straight out, and then as one leg, my right leg goes down, my left arm goes down. So back and forth like this. As you're doing this, make sure that your lower back is pressed against the ground the entire time, so that way there is more core activation as you're doing it, okay? All right, now the at-home version of this, body weight squats, same thing, pressing with your heels here, making sure you get to 15 reps. Glute bridges, this is one where you're laying flat on the ground, press through your heels to drive your hips up, slowly return back down. Reverse lunges, rather than doing walking lunges, do a reverse lunge that's gonna put more emphasis on your glutes that you can do at home. Standing kickbacks, lean over your counter or a kitchen table and then kick back. When doing this, you wanna make sure that you're squeezing your glute the entire time so that way you get more glute activation. Calf raises, you can do this at home, maybe like on a stair step, hold a wall or a chair, and then 2 sets of 15 with this one. And then same thing with the dead bugs, you can do this at home or in the gym, 2 sets of 10 slow reps each side. Okay, so that's day number 1. So like Monday, for example. Next one's gonna be Wednesday. Day 2, upper body and core posture and strength. All right, so the gym version. Lat pull downs. With this one, I like doing like the regular grip. And then as you're doing this though, I want you to imagine when you pull with your elbow and pull down to your rib cage and then slowly return back up. Okay, that's gonna be 1 rep. Make sure you emphasize that pulling with your elbows to your rib cage and then slowly returning back up. Don't necessarily lean so far back. You can honestly be almost upright with a slight lean back. That's gonna help with getting more activation in your lats. Seated dumbbell shoulder press. With this one, you just wanna make sure that have a slight arch in your lower back so that way when you're pressing up, you want your elbows slightly at a 45 degree angle in front of you. As you press up, slight arch in your lower back, just so that way you can isolate the shoulders a little bit more. Slowly come down, pressing back up, okay? Chest machine press, same thing. You can have a little bit of an arch in your lower back as you chest press forward. Cable row, I like doing the neutral grip with these ones. When you're doing a seated cable row, pull to your belly button and then slowly return. That's gonna really make sure it's gonna light up your lats, okay? Dumbbell bicep curls, I like doing these seated so that way you really isolate your biceps a little bit more. As you do this though, let's do alternating. So your right arm slowly back down, left arm slowly back down, and then rope tricep press downs. This is the one where you're just holding the rope, and then as you go down, separate the rope facing outwards, and then slowly come back to the top. And you want to return back to the top when your arms are at a 90-degree angle, not necessarily going all the way up, but 90-degree angles, coming back up and then slowly back down, okay? Bird dog is essentially a dead bug, but you are on your hands and knees, okay? So bird dog is, you're on your hands and knees, your right leg goes back straight, your left hand goes up straight, and you're alternating back and forth, 2 sets of 8 each side, all right? Now let's do the at-home version of this one. Resistance band row or dumbbell row. So with this one, if you have a resistance band, you can do this. So I like doing, so you're standing in a good athletic position, stick your butt back like your butt is trying to touch the wall behind you. So like a hinge, a hip hinge. And then I want you to dumbbell row essentially to your hips, just like you're trying to put the weight in your pocket, and then slowly return back down. You can do this with a resistance band or a dumbbell or with a dumbbell. Seated dumbbell shoulder press. Again, same thing like what we just talked about in the gym. Push-ups. To make it a little bit easier, you can do an incline push-up or knees if needed, just so that way you can get more out of the exercise. The higher the incline, the easier it is it's going to be on your chest. Band pull-aparts or rear delt fly. This is going to be really good for your neck strength, okay? And also really good for your posture. That's going to be a big one too. So band pull-aparts, you're essentially holding a band out in front of you. You pull it out, back in, or if you're holding dumbbells, you can lean forward and it's like you're trying to elbow someone behind you. So back and forth, leaning forward, okay? Same thing, dumbbell curls like what I just talked about above. You can do them seated. Overhead tricep extension. So you're holding 2 dumbbells just like this and you're extending up, slowly coming back down. Notice how my elbows are not moving. They're trying to stay in the same position the entire time. The only thing that is moving is your forearms driving up and down, okay? And then the bird dogs are going to be the same. All right, lastly, take a quick sip of orange juice here. Mouth's getting dry. Day 3, full body flow, fat loss, low stress here. Last thing I want to make sure is we want to make sure we're not burning out your adrenals. So this day is all about circulation, lymphatic drainage, lymphatic movement, and gentle calorie burn. So the gym version, leg press, we talked about this one already. Making sure that you're pressing with your heels or your midfoot to get more glute activation. Incline dumbbell press, really going to help with pectoral development above right here. Also, it's going to help with your clavicle as well. Assisted pull-ups or pull downs. So they should have one in the gym where you can actually put your knees on it and you can put a weight down and you can do assisted pull-ups like that, 2 sets of 10. Step ups, this one really emphasize on pressing with your midfoot so that way you get more glute and quad activation, and do one leg at a time. Don't alternate. We want to make sure that we have more blood flowing to the quadricep and the glute muscle on one side each time, and then you switch legs, okay? A cable wood chop is it's a very awesome functional core exercise that you can do. So cable wood chop is essentially, you hold onto a rope, okay, at the cable machine. You hold like this, and all you need to do is like you're acting like you're chopping wood. So you're holding onto the rope at a cable machine and you're facing sideways, okay? Rope's right here, cable machine's right here. Holding it, and all I'm gonna do is take a step back, and it should be like right here. I'm gonna chop down like I'm chopping a piece of wood diagonally, coming back up. And I'm using my knees and my hips are always facing this way. Only thing that is rotating is my torso and my abs. Going down, slowly back up. Down, slowly back up. This is really gonna help with rotational core. So that way it's more functional and you're working your abs at the same time, okay? And then I want you to finish with 10 to 15 minutes incline treadmill walking, easy pace, nasal breathing only. So the biggest thing here is I recommend doing like a setting of, maybe 2.8 to 3.4 speed within that range, 8 to 10 incline, or 8 to 12 incline, and then go for at least 20 to 30 minutes or so. That's really going to help you burn calories at a low intensity, and it's not going to burn out your adrenals throughout the process. All right. Now, an at-home version of all this, doing squats in a chair, so squat to chair. So like the chair is just going to be there to help give you feedback to stand back up at 90 degrees. Dumbbell floor press, same thing, dumbbell, have you laying down flat on the ground, have your knees bent up and digging your heels into the ground and doing like a bench press. One arm dumbbell row. With this one, I want you to have your feet still next to each other, but shoulder width apart, and then doing a dumbbell row, pulling to one of your hips, doing one arm at a time, because it's going to get more core activation in there as well. Step ups or marching in place. I like step ups just because you're going to get more bang for your buck. But if that's too challenging for you, marching in place is definitely a good one. 30 to 45 seconds. Standing woodshop, band, or dumbbell. You can do a woodshop without a cable. Dumbbell, same thing, side to side, diagonally. Or if you have a band, you can do that as well too. And then lastly, you can do a 10 to 15 minute walk outside if possible. All right, guys, so this is the 3 workouts that you can do per week in order for you to lose weight using medical medium protocols and build lead muscle. Again, this is something that you can do to get results just like Letty, Sarah, Rachel, and Sam. If this is something that you want that's more custom to you and your specific goals, just like how these ladies were able to do it for themselves, you can always reach out to us at the Monson Family on Instagram. But if this is something where you just want something that's general and specific to you, or that's general for you that you can follow, this is definitely going to be a good video that you can refer to when it comes to you doing these workouts. Other than that, guys, that is it. That is all. Hope you guys got some value from this video today. If you have any questions or anything, don't hesitate to reach out, and we'll see you in the next training.